Well, if you look behind us, you'll see the Pasadena Convention Center, where they're doing Midsummer Scream's Awaken the Spirits convention.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to see some of the panels and get to do some shopping and get to see all the fans out here in their spooky outfits.
We're just a short time away from being able to go in, and we'll check out what they've got to sell and all the panels. So there we go.
Haunted Mini Golf starting September 24th. We're going to have a lot of special decorations, lighting, effects, such as you see here is a little sneak peek. We also have a few other surprises in there that I cannot say, but it's something definitely worth checking out. On top of our mini golf, we also have our go-karts and our arcade. So our mini golf also has a more family-friendly oriented side and a much scarier, more adult side. So Speed Zone, we're located at City Industry right off the 60 freeway near the Frankenstein's.
What? Get some candy?
Trick or treat.
Do you have a bag? I can maybe you guys.
You can find just about anything here at Midsummer Scream. Here we have some Ghostbusters, and they're piloting a remote-controlled ghost trap.
His name is RTV, and he is happy to be on the job. Go, boy, get him.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit about the Horrible Imaginings Film Festival?
Yeah, the Horrible Imaginings Film Festival is Orange County's premier showcase of spooky cinema. Led by our director, Miguel Rodriguez, we are a way to see horror as a more cathartic and communal experience in which everyone can be able to relieve themselves of their anxieties together as a team.
We come together every year. We have our annual festival is September 2nd through 5th, but with other events like Campfire Tales, our short programs, we have events for Zombie Rangers. We really just want to create a horror community that stays active 365 days a year.
Much like the Frida Cinema is a year-round film festival in itself, we are a never-ending event ourselves, so if you ever need to get your fix on some more creepy material, but with a great message for society itself, we are here for you.
These are the folks at Psycho Coffins. They make some great shelving units shaped as coffins. Here we are at the Horror Corner booth at Midsummer Scream. They have a really cool collection of shirts. Yeah. They got a really cool collection of vinyl stickers. Really cool stuff.
This is MFAM Radio, and I'm your host, Jack Vincent, wishing you a happy Halloween. Preparations are well underway as everyone here at Midnight Falls is gearing up for the spirit of Halloween to take hold of our beloved Fall Festival once again. It's time to get those pumpkins carved, shine the tombstones, and dust off those costumes because we're ready to celebrate the most sinister night of the year. And when the sun sets on Midnight Falls, you never know who or what is waiting in the dark for you.
Have you ever considered growing your hair out, maybe dyeing it blonde like that? I thought you were narrating that whole thing. Yes. From here, I felt like you were narrating that whole thing.
It's weird. So, the spirit of Halloween is tightening its stranglehold on this town of Midnight Falls. And of course, yes, Jack Vincent will be back, the local Midnight Falls radio DJ, in his booth broadcasting from MFAM Radio. And just as a little side note, part of the inspiration behind having these radio broadcasts going throughout the event, John and I we're huge fans of John Carpenter's The Fog, if you've ever seen that. And there's the Adrienne Barbeau character, and she's a DJ. You can hear her voice throughout the movie almost like as a narrator. And they did something kind of similar with Hubie Halloween, if you saw that too.
Greatest movie of 2020. So real quick, I guess a mini announcement that hasn't been public yet, but I'm sure you've put it together. The event is returning to Griffith Park. However, there is a small construction project, so we are moving within Griffith Park to a different location. And the good news about that is it's allowing us to sprawl out a little bit more and expand our town of Midnight Falls. So the town square is going to be bigger. It's going to have more offerings as far as like food and beverage and more sets and more characters. And the characters really are the lifeblood. Like Ted mentioned, we do have the voice narration that's kind of the thread that ties it all together. But if you take a minute to interact with the characters, they will offer you the deep dive into what's going on. So I really, really urge you guys, take a minute, engage some of the characters. They're a lot of fun. And that's kind of what Ted's really, really great at, is being able to come up with these really deep backstories and train the actors in a way to really offer a nice deep dive into the stories.
So I'm standing here in front of the LA Haunted Hayride booth at Midsummer Scream's Awaken the Spirits convention, and as you just saw, the panel that they put on was really cool. They dropped a lot of really fun information about the event. Most important to me being that it's actually going to be back at the Griffith Park location, and they're going to be focusing more on themed foods, which I kind of missed year before last when they did their last event at Griffith Park. So we left the convention center and now we're over here at the Sugarman Gallery. And I've never been inside, so I figured we'd go and check it out. They're going to be turning into their Halloween version of the Sugarman Gallery starting September 4th, but now they're doing like a little monster pop-up because of Midsummer Scream. So we're going to go in and see what it's all about. So the Sugarman Gallery has a 10-minute break right now. So we're going to go walk around to the front of the Myers house. As you can see, it's a pretty popular spot right now. Everybody's here. The Midsummer Scream event going on. But here it is. They moved this many years ago when they tore down the original location and put in apartment complexes. But that's it. If you remember at the beginning, it starts here and Michael, we don't know it's Michael at the beginning, but he's small, young Michael Myers comes over here. He goes peeking in through the window and he sees his sister and her boyfriend go on upstairs. So that's when he follows him up. So of course that's the Halloween house that we just were at. And we're gonna go across the street here to Radica, which now is an Indian food place, but you may remember it in the movie Halloween as the hardware store where Annie and Jamie Lee Curtis's character come and stop in the front of and talk to the sheriff. So So the girls come driving up and around here, and the girls come up to right about where we're standing. And the sheriff is out here, and he asks Annie what she's up to, because the girls were just in the car smoking a joint. So that happened right here. So we're in front of the Sugarman Gallery again, and we're gonna go on in here, but we noticed here from the back that the shape is always watching. There he is up there.
Just as hot in here as it is outside.
They have a little Sam as Dr. Loomis. This is pretty awesome. Donald Pleasance would be happy with it, I think. Like I said, the shape is everywhere. There he is again. I'm standing at the Temecula Terror ticket booth. Temecula Terror is a new haunt coming in Temecula by the same folks who used to make Field of Screams, and that was an amazing haunt, so they're going to do a good job. We had such a good day yesterday. We saw good panels, we saw monsters, we saw cool masks, we saw exhibits. There's so many things to see here. It's really nice to be back at a convention after a year where basically we didn't do much of any convention going. So we're going to walk around a little bit more today, see if we can find anything else to buy, and probably check out some more panels, so stay tuned.
If there's like a specific time that you would Oh yeah, you go first.
Hades, fire! You guys ready for a scary good time?
Yeah!
Woo! Isn't that pretty? All right, you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Then, let's go! Monsters. Demons, Hades, fire!
Just got out of the Halloween Horror Nights booth at Midsummer Scream. It was a little boo box scare from the Curse of Pandora's Box, one of their new mazes, well, I should say returning mazes this year, but it was really fun. All right, so I think that about does it for our time here at Midsummer Scream's Awaken the Spirit event. I had a great time.
I did too. It was so nice to be surrounded by people that love Halloween as much as we do and can't wait for the rest of the season to begin.
Yeah, and I think they have one more convention before the year's up. They have a Christmas horror themed one called Season Screamings, and that's going to be, I believe, in December, so stay tuned for that. I think we're going to take off now and go to South Pasadena and check out some cool movie filming locations, because apparently that town is full of them, including Halloween. All right, so we took a little drive from the convention center, and now where are we at?
We're at Laurie Strode's house.
That's right. In Halloween, Laurie Strode gets out of her car here, and there's a Strode Realty sign. And obviously, this house is real fun. They kind of play into the whole thing. There's Michael Myers up there, which is really cool. And Laurie comes walking over here and goes into her house. But later on in the movie, she walks down this way. She's got her pumpkin. It's kind of an iconic scene from the movie. As you can see, that this is something in South Pasadena that a lot of people do. You look on the patio. She takes a seat at this corner, and she sits there, waiting for her friends with her pumpkin. It's pretty cool, and the owners of this house are real friendly. Like I said, they really like Halloween, so they usually leave a pumpkin out on the porch for people to pose with. But that's the spot where she was sitting, and you can tell because you can actually match it up with the cracks that are in the concrete right here. You can see the same cracks that are still in the movie. It's pretty cool. So we go over from the Strode house across the street to the Senior Citizen Center here in Pasadena. And there's this bench. And this bench is a little memorial to Halloween producer Mustafa Akkad. Alright, so if this view looks familiar to you guys, that's because this is the hedge that Michael Myers hides behind in the original Halloween movie. Again, over here in South Pasadena. Pretty close to where the other location was. Everything was filmed pretty close together. I take you to the nicest places, right?
You too. It's so pretty here.
Yeah. It's a real nice little neighborhood here in South Pasadena. This is the hedge. And as you can see, down here there's a little bit of dirt that's been worn into the grass. And that is because people like to stand there and scare their friends.